Here with head coach Paul Colontino, and when we last left his Colonials, they were closing out 2017 with what turned out to be a hard-earned point, a quality point at that, against a tough Colgate squad, and now they get set to open 2018 against Syracuse. But when you look back on the start of this season and the 2017 calendar year as a whole, what are you going to remember the most?
Well, when you talk about the first half, I think instantly everybody thinks about the first quarter, right, which was a long stretch of road games. But I guess remembering, that first half, it's just, as usual, it's kind of watching the development of the team and the players, seeing how they gel, the chemistry that they develop on and off the ice. You remember, obviously, some of the wins and some of the losses, but I think in overall it's a little bit of everything, but probably the biggest thing is just watching how the team comes together, watching how they gel, the chemistry, the kind of fun that they have, those kind of things. And when you look back, you always you look back and you laugh or you chuckle at some of the funny things, you know, whether it was in the airports or a big goal, to win a game, and all those things kind of come flashing back because it's the big picture. But yeah, when we look back and then when we try and look forward here with Syracuse coming in, it's the start of the second half of the season. I think everybody's rested and excited and raring to get going.
Right before that Colgate game, which we didn't really get a chance to touch on, you did some line juggling for that particular game, and you got a few goals against a team that really isn't easy to score against at all. So that had to be very encouraging as well as you move forward with the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. We're constantly trying to put the best and deepest product on the ice each and every night. And a lot of times that changes weekly, through practices, through the previous set of games. But you're right, we did a little bit of juggling, and we got some great production out of a couple different lines. It turned out to be huge in that tie versus Colgate. So we liked what we saw. And again, I think when you ask your first question, looking back, you see not only how the team develops, but how individuals develop, through games, through weekends, and different players emerge in different areas with different strengths. So we'll constantly try to adjust to take advantage of each player's strength and help them bring a big piece of puzzle to the team, to the program each and every night. So really that's what that's about.
And you play Syracuse this approaching weekend here at the Island, Friday 7:05, Saturday 3:05. The last time Robert Morris and Syracuse met in women's hockey, we know what happened. We know it ended up very well for Robert Morris. And your thoughts on this Syracuse team, and in what ways are they similar to, or as the case may be, dissimilar to the team that you beat last year for the conference championship?
Well, I think like everybody, we all grow, we all develop. You lose big players, you gain big players. In the past, Syracuse has always been extremely steady. They've been at the top of the standings each and every year. They're always in a position to win a regular season championship and a playoff championship. So this year, I think it really doesn't change much in terms of what you're asking. We put the past obviously behind us. I think it was September 22nd. We put closure on that season. So we're all about the now. We're all about this year. And again, we know you're as good as your last shift. So with Syracuse coming in, I know they're going to bring some good intensity. I think both teams will be very well rested after the Christmas break and really just raring to go. So we've had some great games with Syracuse, some great rivalries with them throughout the regular season. I suspect this to be no different. They're the only team in our conference as of yet this year that we haven't played. We played everybody else for 2 games, so we'll see Syracuse 4 times in the back half here. First 2, as you said, at home here, which will be real exciting, but it should make for an interesting half, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And lastly, you did get one final reminder of how great 2017 was in the form of Brittany Howard getting nominated for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Dapper Dan Sportswoman of the Year award, something that hasn't happened to a Colonials women's hockey player getting a nomination since 2012. Your thoughts on Brittany getting that honor?
Oh, it's just fantastic. We're extremely excited for It's great for herself as an individual. It's great for our program as a team. I think she knows, you know, she's as good as her teammates, and so many of those teammates throughout her 4 years have helped her achieve some of the things that she's achieved in terms of goals and accolades. This year, being a senior, she continues to raise the bar for herself. She's so self-driven and self-motivated. Each day she just looks to get better and grow a little bit. So in terms of being nominated for that kind of award, very fitting and extremely deserving. She's worked incredibly hard over her what will be now her 5th year here as a redshirt, but she has worked hard each and every year, either to get herself healthy or get herself going, or to be a leading scorer and a big contributor on our team. So for her to get that recognition, you know, citywide, that's really cool. We're very happy for her, and I know where my vote's going.
As do we. And the scary thing, if you're a Brittany Howard opponent, is she's not done yet. She's got a lot of hockey left. RMU is a team with a lot of hockey left, and it begins this weekend against the Syracuse Orange. Thank you, Coach.